Hello again, Don Burr, Scientists. It's Easter 2020, and we are going to continue on with our science exploration into plants. Today we are going to investigate or look at how the stems transport water to the flower. So what I have for you today to observe is I have two flowers that were donated by Winn-Dixie, the one on Fort Caroline Road. And so if you happen to shop there and you want to tell them thank you for donating these flowers, that might be a nice touch. I'm sure they'd like to hear that. I'm not exactly sure what kind of flowers these are. I think one of them is a mum. I normally do this with carnations, but my father always said beggars can't be choosers. So I've got two white flowers, and I am going to attempt to show you how the stem transports water from one end to the flower. For that, we have four different colors of water. We have green, we have blue. That might look more purple because I put a little too much blue food coloring in it. We have yellow. And last but not least, we have red. So the goal of this, and I'm going to hope that I have steady hands. The goal is to try to cut along the center of this stem, splitting the stem into two sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me see if I can maybe zoom in just a tad bit more so you can see what I'm doing there. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to start with what looks like about halfway, and I'm just going to try to go a little bit more just up the stem each time. I've only got one shot at this, so I'm going to try to do a little cuts and hope that I can separate the stem like I want to. I may have to come at this from the other side, and what I mean by come at it is I might have to take my X-Acto knife and try to finish the cuts on the underside of this. And this is where I'm going to run into trouble. This little knot right here, that's where another stem was coming off of here. And yeah, I didn't even get all the way through yet. So let's just try to push all the way down and touch the cutting board. Now, before you decide to raid Mom's kitchen and grab one of her wood cutting boards, always get permission. Now, I'm using a small cutting board that Mrs. B doesn't have a certain, it's not like one of her favorites, so I'm pretty well confident that I will not be in a whole lot of hot water per se for using this one. But that's what I'm trying to do right there, is get it separated. Now, what I want to do is once I got it separated, I have to be able to get it to sit with one side in one cup and one side in the other cup. Like so. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's what I'm trying to deal with. That's what I'm trying to work with. Adjust the light maybe a little bit. That might make it easier to see. So I'm going to try. Really don't want to, but I need to go a little bit higher up on this stem. So I'm going to try to go a little bit higher, and I'm going to try to go all the way through to the cutting board and hope that I don't get off center with my cutting. So what I'm going to do is, just before I dip this in there, I want to see and make sure that my cut is long enough. So try again with the light, maybe get a little more light on the subject, and that should work. I should be able to slide all the way down. You're probably saying, well, why don't you just stick it all the way down in there? If I change my mind and I go to those two colors over there, there might be enough water in here that, you know, part of the flower might turn green. The idea is whatever colors I use, this flower right here will turn from white to either green or blue, depending on which tubes inside the stem delivered water to certain petals. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chance it, because I think I have enough of a, yeah, that should work. And then what I'll do is I might take a clothespin and let's go out a little bit. Take a clothespin and to hold the base in place. But there's the flower. That part right there, that white part, will should turn blue or green. Now, you say, well, which is it? Well, I don't know exactly which one of these little petals is connected to which tubes inside this stem. In fact, I don't even know how many tubes are inside the stem, other than the fact that there are quite a few. So, that was attempt one. So this experiment is something that we will come back and revisit over the course of a couple days. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off and do the same thing to my other flower over here. And do this one. And I'm going to put it in red and yellow water. And then we will come back and we will revisit and look and see what changes have happened. And hopefully over the course of a couple days, we should start seeing this part of the flower right here, that nice white part. We should start seeing those petals turn green or blue. So, with that being said, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow online.